Hi guys, I'm szpeddy, and in today's tutorial I want to show you how you can build a combination lock like you saw in the clip in the beginning. As you saw, I had to put in the right 4 positions of this arrow and lock them with the button in order to open the door. When I left the bank, I changed the combination by turning the arrows in the item frame, so the combination is now right, down, left and up, and the door opens. The really good thing about this combination lock is that it's super small. If we fly to the back, you can see that all the redstone just fits into this little room, which is only 4 wide and is not higher than you can see up here, so only 4 blocks in height and 4 blocks in width, and each of the combination you can put in takes up a space of 4 blocks. So I'd say let's hop into the tutorial and build the combination lock in my tutorial world. Before we really start with the tutorial, I want to show you once more how small this thing is, and I know that some people recently made such combination locks with the item frames, for example generic B, but what makes this design really better? It is just that it's super small. It's just 4 by 4 by 4 for each combination that you want to set, and it's completely silent, so it's pistonless. And how this thing really works is that an item frame now gives you a signal strength. So if I place down a line of redstone with redstone lamps next to them and redstone on top, then a comparator coming out of the block where our item frame is on, you can see that each position got a different signal strength. They are increasing with the turn of the arrow, and now it will go back to 1. So let me show you how to build this. What we need to do in order to see if somebody puts in a right digit for a cell is to do 2 calculations. We need to subtract the input value from the set value and the set value from the input value, and only if both of them are 0, the digit is correct and we can give an output to the next cell. So to build this, we will start with the output, which goes right over here, and we'll just have the 2 blocks and redstone on top. Then our first calculation we'll do over here and give the output to the repeater. Then put down a redstone here and a comparator. So over here we will have our input that somebody puts in, so we can place redstone on top, a comparator and a block, so the signal will travel through all the cells because we always feed it from the comparator to redstone to block to the comparator and so on. And for the other side we can place our input right here by placing a block there, a redstone down there, another block and redstone. So this is our first calculation that we do. The second one we'll do on top here. So this time we'll have the comparator facing this way, so we are getting the other signal from the back and the input from the side. And just do it like this, place a block here, and this is now already functional. Now we just need to add an override from the cell before, because when we place down a block here, this would be equivalent to a block right here. We can see if the output is 0 and save this by just placing a redstone torch here, 2 blocks like this, a repeater and another repeater in locked state, and if this one gives out a right signal, the repeater will be set in this state, and if there is no right signal for our cell that we are looking at, the repeater will be in the full power state, and so this cell will be overwritten and you can't get a true signal out of this cell. So all we need to do now is copy this cell, let's say 3 more times, so we have 4 cells. And since I'm in the snapshot, I can just do this to copy the cell. And now we have 4 of these cells next to each other. In theory, it's infinitely expandable since there's no redstone wire running through the whole system, and you can place as many inputs as you want. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I will show you how to do it with 4 cells. Now we want to wire up the input, and I will do it like it was in the bank. So we have our input right here in front. You can wire up to wherever you want. You can get it up, you can get it down. It's up to you. But I will just move it around the corner and put it right here. So like this, and add to comparators and the item frame with the arrow. This will now give us a signal through the whole system, but we only want the signal when we press the button. So therefore we will add another block here with the button, and we need to have a short pulse for that. So we add a redstone dust, then a redstone torch, and here a block and a repeater on full delay. Another block here and redstone, and this overrides this comparator, and when I now press the button I will give the signal strength of this item frame with the arrow in this position into the system. Now I want to show you how you can set your combination in your combination log, and because there are 2 different ways of doing this, one compact way and one way where you can change the combination afterwards, pretty easy. I copied the design over. Come into the back, we can first of all knock out the last row here, because we don't have a cell which could override this one, so we can just knock out the last row of the block, so we have 1 block less on this side. And then I want to show you how you can set the combination with furnaces, and therefore you just go to the place where the 2 redstone are on top of each other, place a block and a comparator and a furnace next to it, and then you can set the angle of the arrow in the item frame. So for example, this would be a signal strength of 1 if you remember, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can set this in the furnace by just putting items in, and I guess that this is the amount of items that you need for each signal strength. So if I want to put in, for example, a 3, I would just put in 28 items, and then for the next one I can do the same. So comparator, furnace, and let's say I put in a 2, and so on. So this is pretty straightforward, just hard coding the signal strengths by the amount of items in the furnaces. The second way is a bit more elegant, and therefore we just come to the other side of the 2 redstone on top of each other. Of course, we can also knock out the row of blocks on this side, and just place down a comparator facing in from this way, a block and an item frame with an arrow. And this will give the signal strength that we need into the cell. So one more time, comparator, item frame, arrow. Last thing is to place down the output for the cells, and the output you can just grab from this block with a redstone torch. It's normally off, and when we put in the right combination, which is in this case 3, 2, and when we now take a look over here, you can see that this was the 2 cell, and this repeater is now turned off while the others are all turned on, so the signal is traveling through. 4 and 5, and you see that this redstone torch blinks, so you can put it into a T flip-flop or whatever you like. And over here the same redstone torch here, the combination is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you can see both of the cells work. And that is already it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave me a like, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends, and I will say thanks for watching.